Girl, Tammy, what's going on?
I'm just overwhelmed. I'm trying to save the holidays. I'm trying to save my sanity, and I'm doing it all with my bare hands, and it's just too much.
Okay. First off, take off the bare hands. Take them off.
Both of them? Well, the reason I did it is because, the holidays, there's so much going on. I gotta fly to the post office to get stamps for my Christmas cards and my bills that I can't afford. I gotta bake cookies and, do treats and stuff. And let's talk about Christmas decorations. I got a lot of house, and I got a lot of stuff to decorate. And it's just so much. I know,
Okay, all right. Just hearing you talk about everything you have to do is overwhelming. I get it. You're feeling rough. I understand. You don't have to do all of it. Just take off that hat. Just take it off. Okay, thank you. And yeah, fix your hair and all right. We're going to figure it out. Okay? There you go, girl. Okay. That's the Tamika I know.
All right. Welcome to Therapy Talk with Tammy Pauline. Hopefully you enjoyed our really cheesy, really weird skit. But we are two therapists from two different locations, from two different time zones, bringing you mental health information that you will love. So while you're here, hit like and subscribe and watch our stuff because it's just fantastic. Pauline, what are we going to talk about this week?
This week, we're going to talk about 10 signs and 10 strategies about the holiday blues. Oh, the blues. So here's the thing. Although the holidays is fun and jolly and exciting times for some of us, the word stress comes up when the holidays rolls around for some of us too. Which, the thing is, stress increases our depression, our anxiety, and even panic attacks. Anxiety, panic attacks. We'll talk about those two things some other time. Here's some facts for y'all. So the American Psychological Association in 2018 did this survey with 1,000 people. 38% of them stated that during the holidays, their stress increases. 38%. The thing is, we're in 2020, chances are, not chances, I want to bet that this number is probably way up, probably 50% at least by now.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
absolutely. It will be interesting to see statistics a few years from now on 2020, wouldn't it? All right. So while we're talking about this, another thing to consider during the holidays, it is happy for a lot of people, but not so much, not all the times. It could be a time of family togetherness or families hanging out and getting together. But also be a time where families separate. And then there's those families maybe they're going through a really tough time because somebody they loved either died around this time of the year or just it's not the same because this person isn't here. So we need to really remember those people and not try to push our, holiday happiness on them, and just be gentle and compassionate towards people who this time of the year, it might not be so great. So fact number 2, another survey by the investment firm Principal Financial Group, they stated that 53% of people feel financially stressed by holiday spending, even when they budget. So even when they plan, they still overspend. So yeah, there's that.
That's rough. Well, rough. So 2020 again has brought on a lot of stressors. It's been a visionary year in many ways. And some of us, we are going to experience some hopelessness, some sadness, because we really cannot celebrate the way we came into 2020. I mean, we came in just roaring, right? We called it roaring 20s. Well, we had to slow that down because of, what's happening. And so I think this is a good time for us to talk about ways we feel during the holidays and also perhaps strategies to manage what we're going to experience if we're not already experiencing them.
Yeah, absolutely. So some symptoms could include, we're going to have 10 of them. So number one, we have emotional eating due to stress, and that may lead to weight gain. So that's number one. Number two, we have sleep disturbance, and that means an increased amount of sleep. Maybe you're sleeping a lot more, or maybe you're sleeping a lot less.
Number three, hibernating. Bears do it. Humans do it too. And we do it intentionally sometimes, and perhaps sometimes don't even recognize that we're in a place of just withdrawing slowly from our connection, our community, and we can experience mood swings. So that's number four, mood swings and agitation. These feelings can allow us to also just socially isolate or separate from our groups.
Definitely. I would say another one, let's see, we are on number 5, Pauline, is that right? Loss of interest in things that you used to enjoy. So you might have things, like maybe you liked golfing, and all of a sudden you're just really not interested in golfing anymore. So looking for those things that you used to enjoy doing that you no longer like to do. The next one, fatigue. We're not talking about sleep per se, but we're talking about maybe that brain fog. Maybe you're feeling like your head's in the clouds and you just can't focus, and you're just kind of tired all day long and you just can't get out of that funk. I know I have had so many days like that, especially listening in therapy sessions about 2020 and COVID and the quarantine is just bringing a lot of like mental fog to all of us, I believe.
Absolutely. So with that being said, restlessness makes it to number 7, as well as isolation. So what's the difference with isolation or social withdrawing? I mean, they're similar in a sense, but when we isolate, that's more extreme because at this point, we're really not like checking in. Where our phones are either off or we leave people on red. We screen all our calls and send them to voicemail, and mama is like, hey, have you showered? Just checking in on you. Have you eaten? Things like that. That's isolation.
Yeah,
number 8.
Great. So that brings us to number 9, and that's sadness. And that's kind of what we've been talking about. We have the seasonal affectiveness disorder we're going to talk about later, but we're talking about just the holiday blues and sadness. So sadness overall, depression. And then number 10, increased substance use. So, you might be drinking once in a while, and casually drinking, but maybe this time of the year, you just increase your substance use. And that's a concern. So yeah. So I think now we're going to get to strategies, right? So I think a strategy is going to therapy. Hello, duh. Get yourself some professional help. Also, stick on our channel to watch mental health videos on how to manage your mental health a little bit better. But we are not a substitute for a therapist. So please go out and find a therapist if you're struggling. Another one is take a breather. So number 2, take a breath. We talk about that. That's easy enough to do.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and by the way, you've watched this far. Go ahead and hit like. Just, thank you. Number 3 on strategies. I'm talking to someone. I don't know who you are, but someone needs to hear this. And it's have a budget and stick to that budget. Yep. One more time for the people in the back. Have a budget and stick to that budget.
You're hurting me, girl. You're hurting me right here in the feels.
I'm hurting you? How?
Yes, I have a problem.
It's okay. We'll save that for another time. Number 4, have a plan. So that means planning ahead. I know some of us have a personality type who are just planners. That's okay. It's okay to plan sometimes, especially during these times, because when you plan, then you're prepared. And yeah, there's going to be surprises and things like that, but stick to the plan. Do your best at least to stick to your plan so you can stick to that budget so that your bank account is not on red.
Good advice. And that was not for me at all. Okay, self-care activities such as exercise. We talk a lot about that on this channel, but exercise, it'll make you feel good. Number 6, meditation and mindfulness exercise. Check out Pauline's video on Lightstream, and the rest of this month or in a couple of weeks, we'll have more videos on how to do meditation and mindfulness exercises. Those are all really good to do.
Well, I'm going to come in with number 7. I don't know how this happens in almost every episode we've had or sessions, but I'm going to say it. Set boundaries. Set boundaries. So what does that look like for the holiday season? Let's say you're the person that's usually hosting holiday gatherings, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's the day after Thanksgiving, whether it's Christmas, the day after Christmas, or New Year. You're the one hosting all of these holidays. Well, guess what you can do this year? Say no. Absolutely. You don't have to do these things. Yeah, it's nice. Maybe you have a nice place, big house, so some people expect you to invite them over. Well, if you're having a hard time saying no right now, go ahead and just throw in the whole, COVID, unprecedented times, novel event situation and say, yeah, for those reasons, I'm not hosting this year. If they don't understand, that's okay.
Bye.
Your health is wealth. Bye. Okay, what's another one? So number 8, that could be you reaching out. Reach out to someone. Reach out and touch Faith. I don't know who Faith is, but go ahead and reach out to her anyway. So, Tammy, what else you got for us?
Awesome. So, last couple I want to talk about is number 9 is the holidays are not just about gift giving. A lot of us get wrapped up in that. I was going to show my prop, but yeah, a lot of us get wrapped up in that to think that we have to give the best, we have to spend the most money, we have to have the most presents under the tree. The holidays isn't like that. It's been able to connect with people. And especially this year, I feel like it's really, really important for you to connect. It doesn't have to be about presents. So have a virtual get together. Have an intimate get together. That's fine. Do your thing, but just connect. And you can also connect in creative ways. So you don't have to give gifts. Maybe you can bake treats. Let me get my little baker's hat on. You can bake treats, or you can make a plate of spaghetti, or, a pork chop or something. Just share something with somebody. Share some positive wisdom or advice. So again, hosting something virtual or have something intimate, it's all up to you. Again, going back to Pauline, boundaries. You can choose what to do. You don't have to have somebody else telling you how to do the holidays. Yeah. So not really on that note, but anyway, so the holidays, again, are not always friendly and happy times for everybody. It is for a lot of us, but not for everybody. So I want you to remember that when you are celebrating, that there might be somebody out there's like humbugging, or is it humbugging? Is that the word? I'm going to go on. Yes. But anyway, there might be some people who are feeling really, really sad and going through a really tough time. And some people, unfortunately, have suicidal thoughts during this time of the year. So I want to give you some resources. So there's a National Suicide Prevention Hotline. It's toll-free. And please get a pen if you have one handy, or pause this and go get you one. But you never know. Hopefully you don't have to use this, but it is here just in case you do. So that number is 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-8255. Hopefully you got a pen and you got that down. Otherwise, rewind it and watch it again. The next one is a crisis text line. So all you gotta do is text the word hello to the number 741741. Again, that's the crisis text line. Text hello, HELLO, to the number 741741, or go online and go to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline website. So there are some resources. We're going to have them linked in below. Hopefully you don't need them at all, or hopefully you don't know of anybody who might need them, but you have them there just in case. So there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Tammy. I think it's always important to have, I talked about planning, and so it's always good to plan for when things get more difficult than usual, that you have some resources, an outlet to reach out to for help for yourself and for other people. And so we really appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with us. We just provided y'all with 10 signs and then 10 strategies to manage the holiday blues. So, as always, thank you and be kind to yourself.
Bye.